Hi everyone, this is D with D's Divine Tarot 411. Today I want to talk to y'all about my Seven of Swords. So I just did a Sagittarius reading. Excuse me, I had to cough. I did like a Sagittarius reading like a day or two ago. I'm out here by the Bradenton River Walk and just decided to, talk about my Seven of Swords situation. So yesterday, pretty much last night, I was craving like a iced coffee from McDonald's. And it was kind of late, but I still wanted it. Our hours kind of changed at work. And because we're like at peak week or whatever. So I was like, you can drink this and you'll still be able to get good sleep. And so I go to Mickey D's, I get my iced coffee. And there was a woman basically in distress. And I'm not sure if she was my age, maybe a little bit older. But she hit me with the fact that her car just got towed. And she's been there at the McDonald's for over like 45 minutes asking for help from people. She just needed a ride to, at first she wanted to go to the tow truck place, but she decided to go and get her keys, her daughter's keys, or yeah, I think it was her daughter's keys from her work. So she was going to use her daughter's car for the next day to go and pick up her car. And so I took her to her daughter's job to get those keys. And then she said, can you drop me off? Can you take me to McDonald's where we originally met? She was getting hungry and she was like, I'm going to get my kids something to eat and I'm going to get me something to eat. Now, this was not her daughter. Her daughter was at work and this was going to be for her 13-year-old child. And she says to me, she was going to give me, I think I skipped this, she wanted to give me $30 for taking her where I was taking her. And I was like, well, you be helping me. I live in my car. Money's tight right now. And she was like, oh, man, you live in your car? I'm so sorry to hear this. And I'm like, it's no biggie. I'm doing what I have to do to live my life. And I'm starting my life over since my wife passed. And I explained a little bit about that and how I went traveling. And I was with family for a while. And now I am where I am. And she was like, well, if you can take me to go and get my daughter, take me to McDonald's, and then back to my place. I'll pick up her car. I'll have her take me to the car tomorrow, and then I'll go and start work. She works at like Mary Maids or something like that, house cleaning company. And I was like, cool. So she was going to give me $40 for doing all this for her. And she got a headache. So we went to uh, like a gas station, like a Circle K or something like that. And she was like, could you help me get this? I think it's called Bees or something like that, where it's a powder form and it's supposed to knock your headache right out. But they didn't have the kind that she wanted. So it was like too expensive, I think she said. And she was like, nah, I just wanted just a smaller one. But I appreciate you, wanting to help me, this and that. And so she's like, well, I'm going to just go to my house. Well, we went to go get her McDonald's. And then the McDonald's, while we were ordering the McDonald's, she says to me, you know what? I don't even have my money. I left it in the console of my car. And forget it. Now, mind you, we've already ordered the food. And I ordered for her because I'm in the driver's seat. And she's telling me what to get for her son, and it was like a fry. He wanted a vanilla shake. They didn't have ice cream, so we went ahead and got him a frappuccino caramel. And then she says, I tell the dude, okay, that's all. She was like, no, I want something to eat too. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. And so she was looking at the menu. She said she wanted a cheeseburger and nuggets. They have like a 5 meal deal going on there. So I winded up buying her and her son um, the food because she's going to pay me $40. She's supposed to pay me back. And then right while I'm ordering it, she's like, I don't have the $40. I left the money in the console of my car. They towed it. And so I was like, not to worry. You can pay me tomorrow. Well, she asked me, could she pay me tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. And her son supposedly works at the same place I work. And so I totally trusted her. I totally believed her story in the sense of everything she told me and how people were treating her when she was asking for help at the McDonald's. And she was like, I don't look like a panhandler, do I? I mean, like, I think I look pretty nice for my age and this sort of thing. I don't know why people were kind of looking at me strange and um, kind of off put by her. And I was like, no, you're beautiful. Sometimes it's just like that. It's later at night. People don't trust people at this time in life. And it's like, and so she was kind of feeling like, or telling me, man, this is amazing that God sent you. And I was like, yeah, because I wasn't going to come. This was a last minute thing. Like, I wasn't thinking about really coming. And then something hit me like, yeah, go get you a little treat before you end the night. Well, that little treat cost me like $25 in the sense of all the things I winded up spending on her, plus the gas money that I ran last night. So in my car while I sleep, I have the car running. And I try to be mindful to turn it off every so often. Well, last night, it stayed on pretty much the whole night because I passed out. And it's for the air conditioner because it's so hot out here. And usually I turn it on and off maybe 5-6 times throughout the night. Last night I had it on, it was turned on, and it stayed on the whole night. When I woke up today, it's like under half a tank. And so I'm like, damn, I really need this money from her now. So we had made an agreement that she was going to work. Well, she works supposedly today. She's supposed to start working early. She said she was going to basically call into work and explain what's going on with her car. Apparently, it's an alternator because it keeps going out. She had to get multiple jumps recently. And I was like, that's definitely an alternator issue. And so we planned on meeting this AM, and she was going to go to the ATM and then hit me with my $40 that she promised me. And that would be that. But she took my number and everything. She was like, I would like to see you again. You're really cool. Like, even after we exchanged this $40 for your help, like, I would love to see you again. And she was like, you think this could be like where God is setting us up for a relationship? And I was like, whoa. I was like, I don't know. God does things in mysterious ways. Spirit is, cool like that, if that's the case. And I talk about that on my channel. And so it was just a really cool situation, I thought, between us where we met. And I was going to be able to help her, she was going to be able to help me, so it was like a win-win. Well, this AM, I woke up at like 7 and I realized, man, my air's been on all this time. And so, like I said, my car is like under half a tank of gas, and I got to make this last all the way until payday. And so, and plus food. Now I don't have money for food. I got a little bit of stuff at my job that I bought groceries for my job for lunch. But I don't think that'll last me. So I'm just like, man, I got to scrap and scrounge to make it to I get to payday. And I was like, I hope she calls me back. So I called her the first time and she didn't respond. So I waited like another half an hour. She's supposed to be at work at I think she said 6, but she gets up at like 5 something so she can make it out there. And she supposedly works on the same street as me, like in Sarasota. And so her son also supposedly works out at my same job. And so I'm just like, the story that she told me was super believable. There was nothing to where it raised a red flag. There was no alert. And I'm super into, like, my intuition is on point. So I'm figuring maybe her story is true. Maybe her story is not fabricated. That's what really happened. But maybe she talked to the mechanic or whatever, the tow truck place, and she realized she doesn't have the money. I don't know. But all in all, I tried to call her. She didn't answer. I waited a half an hour. Then I texted her and I just told her, look, man, you promised me $40. I could really use it. I spent my last on you buying you food last night, and then I ran my gas all night. So, it would be really a blessing if you could like look out for me and give me the money that you promised me. But I gave you my last, basically. And I think I got like, because I'm living paycheck to paycheck, yo. I think I got $5 in 2 different accounts. I think I got $2 in my PayPal. And that was only because somebody gave me a donation the other day. And that lasted me a few days. Like, I try to be smart with my money, but with gas and food and, if you're off having to eat 3 times a day. Hold on. Let's see who this is. Well, it's recording. It won't even let me go to the phone. I guess I'll have to see in a moment. Is it? It's still going recording. So hopefully that's her, and I won't feel like it's the 7 of Swords. But I did a reading the other day, and it showed me a 7 of Swords, and I'm thinking to myself, who's the 7 of Swords in my life? Like, I don't have anybody like that. Usually, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be someone at work, but there was nobody that I could think of being the 7 of Swords. Well, I feel like this is that. I feel like this situation is the 7 of Swords, in which I trusted blindly someone I did not know, but her story was very believable. If she did play me, she played that damsel in distress role very well, but I just didn't see it. I really trusted the story she gave me, everything she said. We talked about her kids, and she's a loner. Only time she's out is usually with her kids. I could have swore I seen her and her kids down here for the 4th of July. She said, I asked her, did she ever go to the Riverwalk? She said her son runs down here all the time. And then they came here on the 4th of July. I was like, I think I saw y'all at that time. But all in all, man, this is my 7 of Swords. I really feel like, if she calls me and she makes good on what she said, then this is a whole different story. But I don't feel like she will. I don't feel like she's going to honor what she told me. And that's just sad, man, because, I did what I could to help her. I thought she was going to return the favor and help me. She understood that I was living in my car and how money was tight and how I live paycheck to paycheck, but I'm doing my best so I can get my own place, and I'm getting closer and closer. But it's things like this that throw me off, because it's like, you're doing good, you're doing your best, and then you're able to help someone. And the only reason I was even really willing to help is because somebody recently helped me. And this is what I'm saying. It's like, I wanted to return the favor to someone who just, blessed me. I'm trying to return the favor, like, spiritually, and help someone else. And she was also going to be blessing me back with $40. So I was like, yeah, I'll spend this money and help her get some food. She has a headache, and we'll handle the money issue tomorrow. Sorry, it's bugs all out here flying. And it just didn't happen, y'all. So it's tripped out to me. And I even watched my Sagittarius reading again and was blown away because that Seven of Swords was telling me someone is going to cheat you. Someone isn't above board. Someone is sneaking around and lying and this sort of thing. So it really hit me. And I was like, I watched it this AM because I went to work and then they said they didn't need me. So some routes got cut, like 7 routes got cut at work. And so they didn't need me. And I was like, man, so I done wasted gas going out there because you got to go regardless. Even if you're on standby, you still got to go. And then they'll tell you, oh, yeah, we need you, or no, we don't. But I get there and they're like, your whole route is cut, so we don't need you at all. And so I went out there and I was just like, man, I wasted all this gas overnight and then going there and then coming back here. And I'm like, well, you just got to make it work. I know you don't got a lot of money for food and this and that, but you got to make it work. And so I'm going to go and get, like, hopefully some sandwich meat. I got a little at work, but I'm trying to make this stretch until payday. And so gas, like overnight, I ain't going to be able to keep that air on. So I'll probably be sweating throughout the night. And that's what I mean. It's like, certain things are a necessity, especially here in Florida with the heat. And now, sometimes I go during the day and just go in my car and relax and read a book, but I got to stay at the library all day just to be in the AC. So, we got to do what we got to do. And I'm letting this all roll off my back. I did a video yesterday about being carefree, and that's where I'm at with it, y'all. I'm not going to chase her down, try to go to her apartment complex and see what is her, apartment number. I didn't do any of that. I just dropped her off. She took her food. She needed, she asked for a couple Black and Milds. I gave her that and expecting wholeheartedly she was going to give me the $40 that she promised me today. But that hasn't happened. And I'm, out the last money that I had, except for like maybe $12, $13 left in my 2 accounts until I get paid. And I think I got $2 on PayPal. So yeah, that's like $12 that I got left. And I'm just like, wow, like you want to help somebody, but then you get